With the state in the grips of its largest measles outbreak since the mid-90s, lawmakers are hoping to eliminate the religious exemption for vaccinations. Erica Lee has more on a protest at the Capitol and what experts say about the bill's prospects for passage.
Hundreds gathered on the West Steps not only in protest of bills aiming to eliminate the religious exemption for vaccines, but to explain why.
It's all about the choice.
And some, I think that there's more risks than others, so when there's risk, there has to be choice.
Lindsay and Derek Palmisano drove from Buffalo with their 2 young kids to attend the rally. Their children are 1 and 5 and unvaccinated, but they aren't worried.
They are healthy. They have never had an antibiotic. They don't have any neurological problems. They don't have any delays. They're healthy kids, and we feel like we're keeping their immune systems intact.
Megan Fox of Canandaigua came for 2 reasons.
I'm against any repeal of any religious freedom in New York, regardless of why. It's a First Amendment right, and we need to also stop treating people who have religious objections to vaccines like there's something wrong with them.
Shame on you, Big Pharma! Shame what you did to my child!
The other critical issue for Fox, people are being forced to share medical information.
You know, medical histories are private, and your medical decisions are private. It should stay between you and your doctor.
Mark MUstin, a policy expert, says 3 states have eliminated exemptions entirely, and 16 states allow both religious and philosophical objections. He says eliminating the religious exemption in New York is a delicate issue on both sides.
Exemption is grounded in many ways what are bedrock American principles of freedom of religion. But on the other hand, as we've seen recently, public health is a legitimate goal of the state, and I think it's very easy for people who have enjoyed the protection of mandatory vaccination for a long time to forget what some of these diseases are like.
MUstin says school officials are tasked with deciding who gets a religious exemption. The criteria, it has to be a, quote, sincerely held and genuine belief.
And in many cases, that exemption is denied. But one of the issues we have, of course, is that because it is school officials, it's not really uniformly applied.
MUstin says there are a lot of complex issues legislators must untangle, whether or not the bills pass, including how misinformation about vaccines is spread, particularly across social media. Reporting in the studio, Erica Lee, Spectrum News.